I don't know, have any of you read Robert Caro's books? Are there any Robert Caro fans? So anyway, every 6 months, I go to Kerala. I really come to India only to go to Kerala. You know, it's more interesting than Delhi, with due respect. And I have these two masseuses who work on me 3 hours a day. So all I do in Kerala is that I have my 1.5 hour massage in the morning, 1.5 hour massage in the evening. I have a do not disturb sign on my door, and I read Robert Caro. And Robert Caro, if you don't know, I'll just digress for a second. There's a documentary on Netflix, probably available in India, called Turn Every Page. And I don't think there is any writer on the planet or researcher on the planet as good as Robert Caro. So this guy is now like 93 or something. He spent about 10 years writing each of his books. He wrote 5 books, and he's working on his 6th one. I hope he finishes the 6th month before he dies. It'll be very sad. So every time I come to Kerala, I bring a Caro book with me. Like this time I bought Master of the Senate. It's 1,000 pages. 4 out of his 5 books are on Lyndon Johnson. And the thing about the United States is, because of the brilliance of the founding fathers and all this separation and distribution of power between the presidency and the Senate and Congress and the states, is the US does well no matter who is the president. Really, quite frankly, irrelevant. Like right now, we don't have a president, you know. Everything is jamming. And the reason everything is jamming is because on the status quo basis, the country works. So yeah, we won't get some new rules, we don't get some new laws, we won't get new things. I mean, we've had log jam, we've had parties not agreeing. Government shutdown, we have these parties not agreeing, we have all these things going on. In a parliamentary democracy like we have in India, Modi cannot be in power if he doesn't have a majority of the lower house. In the US, the president is elected separately from both the houses. He may or may not control both of them. And many, many times in the history of the US, the president has been from one party and the houses are controlled by the other party. So it's complete logjam. And through all of that, out of the 550 trillion, 200 trillion is in the US. You know, at the end of the day, that country had 4% of the global wealth when it was formed. And now it is 30% of the global wealth, right? It just moved without having 30% of the population. So I don't know who's going to be the president, but it don't matter. It's okay. And read Robert Caro. Start with the first one. So every time I come to Kerala, I bring one book, right? The Caro book. And what I feel really sad about is after 2 more trips, I'll have no more Caro books. Then I don't know what I'll do with my life, you know. So I'm trying to find Caro number 2, but there's no Caro number 2. But you should watch the documentary, Turn Every Page. If you watch that, which is about Robert Caro and his editor, and then you go to his first book, The Power Broker, it's a page turner. You won't be able to stop reading it.
We have 3 more questions here.